Hey everyone, it's Ashley Cunningham here, and I am really excited tonight to channel Bragi, the Norse god of poetry. I have been lately really connecting to the Norse gods, and it's really interesting because I never really did before, never really thought about them much, and my trip to Iceland really inspired me to kind of get to know who the Norse gods are in a little bit more detail. And when I was in Iceland, I was very inspired. I had a lot of awesome ideas, things I wanted to connect with, beings I wanted to connect with, and projects, and just the energy there was so inspiring, and I loved being there. I think I want to go there again soon. It's just a beautiful place, and as I said before, it's so high vibrational. But there, being in Iceland, I really felt connected to a lot of the Norse mythology, all of the gods and goddesses that come out of Norse mythology. I can totally see, that energy that's in Iceland, and how it connects, and how people relate to those beings. And when I was there in Iceland, I connected to Bragi on a personal level. He presented himself to me, and we had a really amazing conversation. And he's been popping in and out for me every so often just to check in, and I'm really excited to work with him at some point, maybe on a writing project or some sort of creative project. But I wanted to channel him because it's a little different than what I normally do, and I don't really know much about him outside of that he's the god of poetry, and really for creatives, not just poetry, but like writing and music. And he is just a creative energy. And so I wanted to connect with him, and I wanted to answer questions for you guys from him. I think this is going to be a little shorter of a video. I got some questions on my business page and in my Channeling with Love group. So if you guys are interested in asking questions of me and the beings that I'm going to be channeling every week, you can check me out on Ashley Cunningham Medium at Facebook. And let me pull up my what my Facebook looks like. So I have a Facebook business page. Let me pop that up there. So that's what my Facebook business page banner looks like. So if you want to find me on Facebook, you can find me there at Ashley Cunningham Medium. And you can also find me in the Channeling with Love group on Facebook. And this group is really awesome. It has about 560, a little bit over 500 people who are all super high vibrational, interested in the same materials and channeling and spiritual conversations. And there's a lot of really amazing sharing of ideas and posts and things there. I do sometimes do live channelings. Moving into 2020, I'm going to be channeling there live twice a month. And I'm really excited about that, or maybe even more if I can get a chance, but twice a month for sure. So yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. And you can ask any questions that you want. It doesn't have to be specifically about that being. I do prefer questions to be a little bit more focused about the being that we're interviewing and discussing and channeling in that moment. But you can ask questions about your life. You can ask questions about anything that you're interested in, and we will take them as they come in the lives. The questions that I got today, I got from my Channeling with Love group, as well as my business page. I also post some content. Let me pull up my Instagram. Whoops, sorry guys. There we go. So you can find me also on Instagram at Ashley Cunningham Medium. And I post pictures every channeling. I take questions there. I share lots of content and thoughts and pictures and lots of cool stuff there. So definitely check me out on Instagram. And if you're not watching this on my YouTube channel, definitely check me out on YouTube. This is where all of my media content, all my videos, all the channeling that I do goes to, is posted on my YouTube channel. You can find me there as Ashley Cunningham, and that's what my banner looks like. It's like a watercolor banner, and yeah, I have a really awesome time making content and posting videos, and you can see all of my content that I have to date since I've started channeling right there on my YouTube channel. So it's pretty awesome to go and check that out. So yeah, that's where you can post questions. That's where I get a lot of my recommendations. If you have beings that you want to hear from, definitely feel free to post in a comment on my YouTube channel, in Facebook, wherever you can, wherever you can reach me. I'd love to take those recommendations. Bragi was not a recommendation. This is more of a passion channeling for me. But I do really appreciate all the questions that I received for him, and I'm excited to get to it. So he's been hanging out with me throughout the day, and that's been really interesting because like I said, he's a very creative energy. And so I've been just like feeling like I gotta like do art or write or create something right now, basically, just because his energy is so vibrant and exciting. So let me try, and I'm gonna grab I have a blue apatite little palm stone here that I'm going to hang on to. And I'm going to sit back and have Bragi step forward. So if any of you are interested in feeling the energy when and where I'm feeling it, just ask, and Bragi will be able to step forward. He is a spirit being, so as spirit operates, they can hear everything that we're thinking. Any question that we ask, they already know it, and he definitely is willing and eager to work with us. So he can come in and put energy where on your body where I'm feeling it on mine. And I'm actually getting really congested, and often that's when a lot of energy builds up, so I may sneeze at some point. I do apologize if I have to sneeze. But I'm also feeling a ton of energy right on my heart chakra, sitting on my face, through my throat chakra, and my heart chakra, in my crown, and a ton in my solar plexus. So yeah, there's a lot of energy here. And he's stepping forward. So how I know that is his energy is kind of moving forward a little bit, making me lean forward. And he's just saying, hello, dear ones. Thank you for your attention and your time. In this day and age, humans are so busy. When I was more popular with humans, there were not as many distractions. There were not as many, he's saying, alternatives or choices to be made in entertainment. The development of the internet and other technologies, as well as the widespread development of information sharing, so primarily the internet, but the ability for people, humans, to read and understand and know and access more information than ever was thought possible by humans at one time is a really amazing feat. This technology is important and essential for the awakening of millions of people on the planet right now. People are learning and growing by watching content such as this, YouTube videos, live channelings, connecting to similar like-minded groups of individuals over Facebook or Instagram or other social media platforms, websites, blogs. he's saying chat rooms and back in the day. I don't even know if they still have like chat rooms anymore. But he's saying the point is, now more than ever, if you are drawn to or resonate with the actions of writing, expression in any sort of form, so writing, poetry, music, he's showing me novels, large manuscripts, any sort of expression that you wish to partake in. He's saying blogs. If you want to start a blog, if you want to do a vlog, a video log, basically every day you're getting on and you're recording your thoughts and experiences and sharing stories with others. If any of that resonates with you in any style, follow that notion. There's more space for those expressions of soul, expressions and sharing of your experience than there ever was before. More people are able to understand each of us. So he's saying language is less of a barrier now in various visual arts, different means of communication are more prevalent. So videos, music videos, meditations, different things we're able to connect more in a way that may be overwhelming to some, to many, as he's pointing out that many of us, a lot of people in society today, we're the most connected we've ever been in the history of mankind, but we still feel lonely. And he's saying there is reason for that. The tools that the internet, the World Wide Web, all of this information provides us is helpful, but we are simple creatures. We need a physical connection. We need an emotional connection. And we need to be able to interact with other humans in a way that allows us to be fulfilled. And the internet does not always provide for those needs, he's saying. So it doesn't always fulfill that need to connect to others. It's a huge jumpstart. We get a lot of opportunities. He's showing me connecting to people in groups, such as channeling with love. That is an amazing thing to be able to do. You can talk to people from all over the world in that one group. And it's a small group compared to the hundreds and thousands of other groups that are thousands and thousands of members deep. And that's just one little drop in the bucket. He's saying you can make these connections, you can make these emotional connections, make friends over the internet. But we also live in a physical world and we have certain needs that need to be met. So the access, the information that we are receiving on a nanosecond basis, he's showing me just like we're constantly bombarded with information, is really amazing. But we need to make sure we're addressing our boundaries and balancing our lives. He's encouraging everyone to take advantage of the space, the platforms that we all have at our fingertips to share our experience as we are able to, oh, that's so sweet. We are able to shine our light in a way that others before us have never been able to. We are able to share a fragment of the reality in which we reside, question it, challenge it, provide alternatives, discuss the awakening, discuss that experience, share tips and tricks, and in general, help others to understand in a more physical way, a visceral way, he's saying. Yeah, excuse me, I'm getting really stuffy. There's a ton of energy on my face. I'm asking him now to step back a little bit. Whew. He's apologizing now because he was like right there. He's saying that poetry, as an example, uses language to give emotion and give life to words that convey deeper and more expressive ways of experiencing a reality. It's very pretty, it's lilting, there's style, there's grace within the pages of a poetry book. There is a means of using this tool to show and share your light. As he's saying, as the God of poetry and creative expression, I highly value the use of this tool. This is a way to shine a light, to go deeper into something that brings you joy or scares you or allows you to confront a fear that in a way that allows you to be courageous and to focus and to be the champion of your own energy and your own connection to a spirit as well as to the reality in which you live. Words are able to bring about abundance. He's saying affirmations is an example. Using affirmations helps dictate the energy in which we choose to place our focus. So developing and that energy and that connection to an affirmation that represents you and how you feel, and connecting that emotion brings about that which you are affirming. I am love and light. I am connected to spirit. I can hear spirit clearly. I can connect and share spirit's communication with others. This is if you're interested in channeling. That's where my focus is. He's also saying, I can let go of what needs to be given, what needs to be given over, what needs to be passed along. I easily and effortlessly allow that which no longer serves me to fall away and be transmuted. That's power. Words are power. Words can also share an emotion with others. Think about your favorite love song. He's showing me like flowers and champagne and fancy, in the olden days, like the Greeks with the togas, the robes, and they're profusing their love and they're connecting. And now I'm seeing like Cupid, the little angel god with the wings, and he's shooting people with little love arrows. He's saying you get the idea. Think about a love song or a poem that represents love to you, that is frilly and deep and you connect with on an emotional level. It helps shape how you see love. It helps shape how you see relationships. It helps shape how you take part in connecting with another person. While you may not recognize it, it's helping to shape what goes on in your mind. So he's kind of circling back now. So if you are interested, or if you feel you have something to say to help others, to shine a light on your own experience, to support others in their awakening, to bring back magic to maybe people who have given up believing in magic and spirit and the mystical wonderfulness that is in the imagination and in life. Words, poetry, novels, stories, videos, whatever method you wish to communicate. These are needed and they're important. High vibrational material shared with the world, shared with the human consciousness is essential, especially in this moment when individuals by the thousands and soon the millions of people are going to be awakening. And they are awakening now. They're starting already to awaken. They are going to need high vibrational material that helps them focus and maintain their energy in a positive manner, helps them let go of the fears that they're facing within their life, and helps them develop affirmations and help form their reality and what goes on in their mind in a positive way to help them raise in vibrational frequency, awaken, and really live in a space of abundance and in the space of love and light energy, of peace and stability and calmness. And he's showing me people anchoring light. He's saying fierce pillars of source energy throughout the world, all over the world. And we are bringing source energy, love and light energy straight through our bodies, straight through our crown chakras, all the way down to our root chakras, straight into Mother Earth. And we are filling her up. We are anchoring more light onto Gaia, onto the planet, Mother Earth. And that is permeating within her and outside of her and within us and outside of us. And that's with a lot of work and focus, letting go of fears, handing things over that no longer belong to us. And if they're lower vibrational energy, they do not belong to us. Those thoughts that we have around fears, worries, stress, doesn't belong to us. We have no business holding on to it. It doesn't serve us. And therefore we give it over. And he's saying that there will be a call for high vibrational material. He's saying this is a call for high vibrational material for those of you who are courageous enough to share your experience in handing over lower vibrational thoughts and handing over your stress and worries and showing others in maybe various creative, magical ways how that impacts and changes your life. If people can see or connect to any sort of example, anything that makes them question their own reality, question how they think, question how they can pursue a life of abundance and of full of love and full of joy, handing over their fears, anything that does that is valuable and important and critical work for each of us to be doing on the planet right now. So he's saying, please remember that, celebrate that. And he's saying, all right, let's get to some questions. I didn't have a ton of questions, so I'm just going to leave them right on my phone here. But let's go to Vuyo's asking, I'd like to know where poetry comes from. Is it channeling? Is it creative mental process? He's just laughing now, and it's like a really deep chuckle. And he's saying both. There are some things that you humans have a really great knack for, creative energy, using that energy to share your reality, your experience. It's unique in that spirit is not in your body experiencing a reality the way you're experiencing it. They're helping you. You have your whole guardian angel team, you get all the ascended masters. Spirit can sense and hear and know everything that we're thinking, but they're not experiencing it. You are. You as a soul being are in this body, and it's unique, and it's your challenge. And he's saying that, oh, excuse me, I'm getting stuffy again. Whew. He's saying that because of that, there is a creative process that really is important to follow, and that's unique for every person. Many are not aware of it, but they are channeling. Spirit helps a significant amount for a lot of individuals. For a lot of people, it's teamwork. He's saying it's a lot of teamwork as well. So the spirit's coming in through you when you feel like you're in the flow of it. Spirit is coming in and sharing ideas and energy with you. And you are also using your ideas and your energy, your expression, and it comes together in a beautiful way. When there is need, Spirit will inspire someone to say a certain message. Of course, again, he's saying two-handed. So it is through a being in their expression. They have choice. So they get to choose to do that project or not, write that poem or not, share that magic or not. But Spirit is and will always work with people as much as they're willing to work with them. So it kind of goes hand in hand. Poetry, though, is really, it's so creative, and writing, creative expression in general, expression, using language, using images, using our observations to share and make a story or make a point that helps other people is, he's saying, pure magic, and he's going mwah, like that. So I hope that answers your question, Buyo. I hope it resonates with you. Whew, I'm getting really stuffy. I'm asking him again to step back. Let's see here. Okay, I lost it. Ursula is asking, how did Bragi become a god of poetry? What was his journey like? He's saying, I was created. I am a being. I was created as this energy of creative expression. I represent myself in a specific way as that fit with the culture in which I was born into, the culture in which I resonated with. He's also showing me that he's, oh, this is interesting. He wasn't created here. He's not originally from Earth. He's just kind of smiling, and he's saying, many of you have suspected or have realized that we are beings from other places. And here on Earth, we connected with humans in a specific way, and they connected with us in a specific way, and thus the development of the mythology. So the gods and goddesses that represent certain elements, we were interacting with humans in that manner to represent that. Excuse me. Whew, he's really coming in strong. Represent that. And for him, he, as his work and his focus, he does a lot of work with people who are creative, who have a use of language, who are able to share images. He's saying almost as if telepathy were their natural born state of communication. There are many people who have telepathy who are able to communicate in that way, but that's also a way in which spirit, angels, fairies, tons of beings communicate with telepathy. And he's saying using these tools, telepathy, language, image, he works with people who are putting themselves out there, who are using expression. Oh. And that's kind of his mission. That's what he enjoys. That's what brings him joy, he's saying. He lives for poetry. He lives for the drama. He lives for the element, and he's kind of backtracking on that. The eloquent use of language. Any language. It doesn't have to be English. It's any language. A way in which we can represent our thoughts and our feelings and kind of give life to them. He's interested in helping humans learn how to do that, how to embrace that, how to celebrate that, and how to create higher vibrational material. Excuse me. Ugh. He's putting a lot of energy right on my face. I do apologize, guys, for my nose. Whew. So that's what he's interested in. That's how he became the god of poetry. He was working with humans in this particular time and space, this culture. He's saying over time for us, it evolved, but he is not from here. Not from Earth or of Earth, as many know from other Norse gods such as Odin or Thor. They are not from here. And they have been very open about that. They're from other places. And so that's his work. That's what he was focused on. And that's kind of how his image evolved for humans. And that's how we know him and how we can connect to him. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay. She goes on to ask, did he write a lot of poems over many lifetimes, or is there one particular lifetime that he excelled at poetry? She often thinks that poets seem to see more than the average person. So he'd like to know how much of poetry is inspiration from the spiritual realm, and if there's a lot of spiritual beings who are involved in bringing poems into creation. He's saying, again, there's that creative energy, and it is a partnership between humans and spirit. There are humans who do a lot of channeling in their stories and in their dreams and in the way they speak and the way they share themselves. There's a lot of spiritual guidance and spiritual energy in that. But it's always a choice for the human, for the person to put themselves out there, to share that expression, to take the time that is out of our busy schedules. You know, we're all super busy. And even back then, like when there were the Vikings, they were busy with work. They were busy with living. They, putting forth the energy into creating stories and creating poems and songs, and any sort of creative expression was always a choice, and it's always a partnership. And if you have done any creative work, you kind of feel that connection. It just kind of flows and it evolves in a way that is magical. It's really beautiful, and you just kind of are able to just sit in it and kind of be in and out of time almost. Like, oh, sorry guys, tons of energy right on my face. I'm asking him to sit back again, or at least come up to my crown. That's much better. Thank you. Ooh. He's saying that in that it's always a choice, and it's always exciting for spirit. So any spiritual beings that are working with you, as well as for your higher self and for yourself as you're flowing through that energy. And it's just a really beautiful creative process. And that's one thing that he values most out of it, is out of poetry, out of written expression, out of songs, out of any sort of creative experience, is it's the experience, it's the journey on where you start to how the process evolves for you, how easy it gets easier for you, and then how you share it out with the world, and it's kind of born into this time and space, in this reality that we have, and then others can relate to it, connect with it, develop a relationship with a song or a poem, and it creates a space within their own consciousness, and it's so powerful. And that's what he really loves about it. It's just a really beautiful way to bring about the connection with spirit. And there are many, many spiritual beings that help each of us connect and grow and create. And that can be our higher selves. He's saying it can be himself. There are other gods and goddesses who excel in music or expression, or any sort of creative endeavor. He's saying Archangel Sandalphon, who I'm actually going to be channeling next week, live and channeling with love. I have a special connection with Archangel Sandalphon. There's many, many beings who can help. Source himself or herself, however you like to look at God, source, love, and light energy. He can help you create a masterpiece. It's also coming from you and your experience, so it's part of you, and it's that journey again together in that partnership. Laura asks, or she states, poetry exists in so many other forms other than words. I always felt like I was in a poem when I nursed and rocked my babies in those still moments of the night. Whew, and Laura, that gives me chills, because Bragi is saying that's exactly what he wishes people could create and share and experience. Everyone knows like what it's like to sit up at night in the stillness of your house, in the stillness of yourself. Not everyone, of course, knows like nursing a baby while sitting in that moment, but they can relate to you in that moment and that thought and that space. And you're right, that is poetry. That's a means of expression, and it's a moment and a connection that you will always have. And that's really, he's saying that's really a beautiful, beautiful way to share that moment and that energy with others. Please expound on the ways that you inspire poetry and some of the other forms of poetry we could use. He's saying he's kind of mentioned this already, but he will go into it again. It doesn't matter if it's using words, images, songs, dance, any sort of creative expression taps into that energy and that space of that partnership between spirit and yourself. And that's a beautiful place to be. It's a really special place, and it's a special moment to share with others, like you rocking your baby to sleep in the nice, still, quiet night. And it's powerful, and it's an energy and a feeling. He's right on my face again. I'm asking him to step back. Lots of pressure. Thank you guys for bearing with me as I complain about my nose, and it sounds totally crazy. But let's see here. Do you want to say anything else about how we could use poetry or how we could use creative expression? Saying no, my initial message was the core of what I wish to share with all of you. You all have the power to share your light however you wish, and know that your experience, your way of seeing the world, your energy is unique and a gift in and of itself. And if you wish to share it with others, if you're called to share it with others, please do so. He's saying thank you all so much, each and every one of you. He's saying he's sending his love, and he's just bowing to you all. Now he's bowing to me. Thank you so much. And he is saying that he's had a wonderful time, and he will connect with you soon through this dear one and through other means. So if he resonates with you, if you want to talk to him, if you want to connect with him, call him in to be a partner on your project. I'm definitely going to be doing that, and I'm really excited to work with him on a few different things that I have kind of in the works. And he's saying that he is going to be there with bells on. So definitely ask him to join you if you're interested in working with him. And again, he's saying, I love you, sending lots of love and light. And he's stepping back now. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Thank you all so much for your time and your energy and your questions. And I'm really surprised. He had a lot to say, which is really awesome. And yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, you want to hear anything from Spirit, you have certain questions or certain beings you want to hear from, definitely let me know. I'm always open to recommendations. And thank you all so much for your time. Love and light to you. I hope you all have a great morning, noon, morning, noon, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at in the world. Have a good one. Sending you all a lot of love and light. Bye for now. See ya.